Welcome to the warm-up. Hey everybody, I'm Neil Beasley. District play going strong. We've already got some movers and shakers. We got more coming up this week. Let's get you warmed up. Biggest game on the entire Houston schedule this year happens in Week 9. Let's preview North Shore versus Atascocita and more big matchups in the lineup. For the past few seasons, North Shore has beaten Atascocita not once, but twice. Regular season matchup and then again in the postseason. You know what? Atascocita's tired of that mess. But as the theory goes, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. The Eagles need to prove they can beat the man, and that can happen this Friday night at Turner Stadium. All right, first things first, this is a battle between number 1 and number 2 in the Houston area, and a matchup between two 7-0 squads. And once again, this looks to be the first of two potential meetings. So even though this one is important for district title purposes, the probable second meeting will have much more on the line. What Atascocita fans don't like is they're coming into this game after a dud effort last week against Kingwood, where they only won by 1 point. One thing you can't deny with the Eagles is their team speed. Torrey Blaylock, Carday Mack, these guys, you just can't let them in the open field or it's lights out. North Shore is doing their usual North Shore things, but they've hit the part of the schedule where they need to tighten up. Atascocita, CE King, and Summer Creek to close out the season, and all three of these teams are perennial playoff squads. As we know, the Mustangs have the makeup to handle these type teams. Caleb Bailey has been masterful behind center, and with DeAndre Hardeman in the backfield and Dion DeBlanc and Quanel Farrakhan running free for the long bombs, North Shore will still be the favorite. Can this be the year Atascocita knocks off the big, bad North Shore Mustangs? Hey, we will see. It'll be a packed house in Humboldt. We got another district championship going on in Alvin. Shadow Creek hosts Pearland for the 22-6A crown. Both teams have been looking for a competitive game for weeks, and the time has come. These two juggernauts both lost on opening night and reeled off nothing but wins since. Pearland 7-0 in the last 7, while the Sharks are 6-0 in their last 6. None of those games have been close either. The Oilers have been a little stronger on the defensive end, a little more than Shadow Creek. Jalen Stewart, Joseph Credit, and Charles Gooden have helped Pearland shut their opponents down to 7 points or less in 5 of their last 7 games. Shadow Creek has been a little more explosive on offense with Ja'Cory Watson and JoJo Stewart, as the Sharks have scored 6 touchdowns or more in their last 5 games. Shadow Creek is home and have had a bye week, so they may have a slight advantage. This game should be a wild one.
The warm-up is brought to you by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Come in and test the all-new Silverado today. And by DQ for treats and eats before and after the game. Also by Parker University. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today. The Big 12 and SEC are headed to Houston for the 2024 Texas Bowl at NRG Stadium on New Year's Eve. Join the wait list now at thetexasbowl.com.
We caught up to a big-time athlete from the gridiron in this week's Recruiting Trail.
Jalen Mickens, Willis High School, wide receiver. I'm looking for good athletics, good coaching, a good football team, and a family. First, I want to be able to play, touch the field. I want to win, of course. That's a big thing. And I just want to be around a team that wants to succeed and wants to make it as far as we can. Jalen on the field, humble, hardworking, dedicated, disciplined football player. I'm really the same off the field. I'm a Christian. I'm a fun guy to be around, family guy, hangs out with friends, and trains as much as possible. To know about me, so when I'm on the field, y'all watch, I do electrifying things. To accomplish, I have some goals. I say I have 15 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, and win a state. That's my goals before I leave. The legacy I want to leave at Willis High School will probably be like being an undersized receiver. You can ball. It doesn't matter if you're not 6 foot, you can still do the same things they do, and you can dominate on the football field.
The warm-up is brought to you by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Come in and test drive the all-new Silverado today. And by Randall's, fresh foods, local flavors. Also by the UPS store. Be unstoppable.
There's so many more big games this week, so here's a preview of some of those in the hype. All of 3A Division I fans have been waiting for this Columbus-Hitchcock matchup Friday night. Columbus has just been playing games with their opponents this year as their offense is about as close to unstoppable as a team can get. You need proof? How about 56 points or more in 6 of their 7 wins this season? The other game? Well, they only managed 49 points, so I guess that was an off night. Grayson Rigdon has been a missing piece to a Cardinal team who is now a huge favorite to go to the state title game. Adam Schobel has done whatever he wants to behind center. It's going to be tough to slow this team down, but if anyone can, it's Hitchcock. The Bulldogs are 6-1. They've pitched 2 straight shutouts. Now, they're not going to keep Columbus scoreless in this one, most likely, but if they can hold the Cardinals to 28, that could leave room for quarterback Lloyd Jones to make some plays and get a W. This is the most exciting small school game in the state, and I, for one, can't wait for this one. 15-6A has 2 huge matchups. Major playoff implications this Friday. Magnolia visits Tomball, and Klein Cain takes on Klein Collins. Let's start with the game at Tomball. The Cougs are 7-0. They've won in really every kind of way. Close nail-biters and then straight blowouts. They've done it all. Jackson Falden has been quite the leader behind center, and they can clinch a spot with a win here. Magnolia is in an interesting spot. They started off district play with an impressive win over Klein Oak, which gives them the tiebreaker. But they've also lost to Klein Cain and Klein Collins. An upset over Tomball will pretty much secure a playoff position for the Bulldogs. The enigma in this whole thing is Klein Collins. The Tigers have played their way onto the bubble. They have no margin for error right now as they've lost to Klein Oak and Tomball already. Last week's win over Magnolia helps out, but an upset of Klein Cain would put them on the right side of the playoff bubble. Meanwhile, Cain is in a good position. A win over Collins here or Tomball next week puts them in the postseason. What I'm trying to say, 15-6A is a wild race between 5 teams, but only those 4 spots. And this weekend could sort things out or jumble things even more. Hey, that'll do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us. The coaches have spoken again. We leave you with the 6A Coaches Poll. Go out and catch some excellent Texas high school football this weekend.